what's going on YouTube? This is Acid Roots. So I'm going to review the second album by American rapper Rell, based on this particular product. It's called Black Mask, Black Gloves, and it came out in the summer of 2008. So yeah, the fairest about this album, this came out in the summer of 2008, pitched like that. It has some banging type producers. There's a series of banging type producers on here like A-Rap Music, who's a frequent producer for Cameron, pitched like that amongst these type deals. So if you don't know who Rell is within these pitches, he's you don't know who Rell is within these pitches, he's a particular affiliate, pretty close affiliate to like Dipset and the Diplomats, as far as these first kind of just extended type policy of them. The mainstead type ones obviously being Cameron. Joel Santana, Jim Jones, and Freaky Zeke, but there's some further type ones in there like J.R. Ryder and Rell, sensitive ones. I'm going to get to J.R. Ryder down the road, pitch like that, but definitely want to get to some Rell pitch like that within these varieties. So the pitch for us saying the banging typeness of getting towards the here within the aspects as far as saying, unfortunately enough, Cameron is not on here, but I think the pitch is kind of varieties for us saying that Cameron was particularly Cameron was kind of taking like an off year as far as he's supposed to have him. He was like particularly taking care of his family and pitches like that throughout 2008. He kind of left like the beef with 50 Cent more or less kind of early in like the spring or so of 2007 with them pitches like that. But the hit type appeals, Cameron did drop Public Enemy, I think volume 1 within those pitches in like the fall of 2007. But some hit type appeals here as far as getting towards this. This is going to get a classic score pitch like that, since banging typeness within the aspects as far as the fair is going to happen. Now really, minus like one solo appearance from J.R. Ryder, there's not really that much cameo appearances on here. There's a folk named Sen City on here as far as his first campus within pitch as far as saying the aspect. There's some Kashmir Royale as far as there's a producer folk called Kashmir Royale that's on here, good pitch like that, but it's kind of more within the in-between type aspects. It's definitely some banging type varieties going to get towards here, but this is kind of like Stevie Stone and like particular like Tony Yayo type pitches, Spider Lokes, those type of folks amongst like G-Unit that were kind of more within the buzz type appeal. Now this did climb to 131 in the Billboard 200, which is kind of surprising because that rivals within certain type pitches like the popularity of Freaky Zeke with some of those type of appeals. Like I want to say, I'm going to go ahead and look up to see how popular Freaky Zeke's album particularly was on Billboard 200, because pitches like that yeah, that actually outstripped Freaky Zeke's Book of Ezekiel album from the summer of 2007, which is very surprising considering those type pitches that Freaky Zeke was a more mainstead type member of Dipset. But the pitch as far as saying, paying attention towards here as far as these pitches have, yeah, classic type appeal within the aspect, just an offshoot type brand, but definitely within the Diplomats type variety pitch like that. Has some New York anthems on here, definitely within these pitches, Swiss Beats type, similar type tunes, pitch like that, some dance clap type ones. This pitch is a variety, some city weavings aspects like that, some type ordeals as far as the tones kind of happen just within the pitch. Just some good kind of fashions, it's kind of the aspect. And some leftover type varieties, like some leftover kind of DJ drama mixtape type fare from like the earlier years in the 2000s, pitch like that when Joel Santana, Jim Jones had some of those type ones. They still did in 2008 was his pitch like that. Some of those type ones, good pitches like that. Up with some car sitting type fares, pitches like that. It's kind of missed like the traffic type fare. Good number of venue type bangs on here. Some nice pitches, some Chinatown type songs and pitch like that. Some nice hit type feels, and just some leftover type varieties of getting like some errandy kind of taking care of some nice type aspects. It's kind of the pitch behind it. Pawn shop type songs and pitch like that. So hit type appeals within these aspects. So the only single off this album seemingly was Get Ready as far as these physical album, which is good nice pitches here. Just to talk about these, this is like a quality kind of Dat Piff Grussel of a song, kind of getting like a more buzz type grounds pitch like that. So it's a variety amongst it. Just cityscape type fair pitch like that. Just appreciate like the gallivant and strut throughout the town, sense type aspects. Grab like nachos and standard daps with pals pitch like that. Sense type appeals. It's a good grazing typeness kind of get towards. So it's within the pitch for us, saying a good combination type song with Get Ready would be Take an Oath as far as these supposed to have. It's like a banging kind of city gulag to get, just got done's and flip mode type fair pitch like that, just within product, just the embrace of it. Pretty similar to Get Ready, definitely within these pitches, just a little bit more vanilla within pitch like this. It kind of reminds like a buzz type bop that you kind of get for like Traffic City and pitch like that, amidst like the Jim Jones, Hustlers, POME type vibes pitch like that, sounds type ones, like Bright Lights. Songs like Bright Lights, Big City, but just not as nightbound pitch like that. So just DMX type variety within like those pitches of X Gon Give It To You, some of those type pairs, but just kind of more kind of bustle, just more of like a promo type single pitch like that. Hit type appeals definitely within the aspects. Black Gloves, the intro's hitting type aspect, as well as like a nice mixtape sparkle to get in town embrace as far as supposed to have a little bit more starry pitch like that, excellent type ordeals. Some city square kind of zone out, just get some swishers in your system first like that. Just kind of appreciate the Pharaoh sit in a spell, sense of varieties, just let your pupils dilate, sense of Pharaoh, so not with the pitch of having like horrid type issue, but just the pitch of just appreciating like the feeling and the keyedness, good pitches like that. Hit type appeals, just some erranding kind of grease to kind of get towards as well, pitches like that. So it's kind of variety, some of those type ones. Cameron had a good several of these. This is produced by A-Rap Music. This this particular song, Black Gloves, as far as these pitch albums. So it's just some of those ones that just feels like Boss of All Bosses that was getting ready to come out by Cameron and Votto, as far as those pitch albums. Just standard kind of mixtape type New York pitch like that. Just feels like those particular varieties that you would have caught out of New York kind of hip hop within like the early 2010s and very late 2000s pitch like that. So some bang typeness makes me question. I want to say within these varieties that Rell probably has some mixtape type fare, so I question variety like the velocity of it, but pitches like that. A nice mixtape buzz type song. $1 Million Plan is a nice one on here. Now on Spotify it's referred to as $1 Million Man, but it's the pitch in the song lyrics it says $1 Million Plan. It's pitched like that. So within PL, as far as saying Wikipedia, it says $1 Million Plan as well. But pitches like that, $1 Million Plan is like appreciating like the city sunset and some wind down within these fairs. As far as the pitch kind of happens, just glaze kind of Fritos type runs, just going on favor type aspects for like Gal and Mine and pitch like that. So nice type starlets. Kind of reminds like a New York type version, like the Lil Wayne Kush type song that. Kind of reminds like a New York type version, like the Lil Wayne Kush type song that was popular around mid 2007 to late 2007 pitch like that. Sunset one's this very soulful type one within pitch, but just definitely the fashion, just like city weaving Sunset Fairs is good pitches like that. Great pink skies kind of aspects of just appreciating like a sunset type fair, getting like a hot dog sunset pitch amongst this standard type favorite. Standard type favorite run and Fritos type runs pitch like that. Sense type feels good. Another Day in Paradise, but not quite as gripe factor, just kind of belated type aspects within the tone, just appreciating like the tone behind it. Good nice fairs amongst a good just balmy type smarm pitch like that. Pushing Back's a good banging type one, as well as like a particular kind of stable and affable kind of Swiss beats and routine kind of dance clap kind of get towards here. Now it's not actually a Swiss beats type production with these pitches produced by Goodwill and MGI. As far as this first, I'm not as full bunch sure as to whom that particularly is, but just or whom those folks are. But it's pitched like that, some banging typeness, just definite dance clap, get buzzed this particular song. Some what it do's pitch like that, haul it like diva type fits pitch like that. The how goes it, just what's new with you, son stuff pitches good varieties like that. Pushing Back kind of reminds in particular of like Chicken Noodle Soup by DJ Webstar pitch like that. It's been a little bit since I reviewed that particular album, but good nice pitches and stuff. There's definitely like a chicken noodle soup type bop pitch like that. Just standard buzz type 2 and pitch like that. Good type varieties. What Up with J.R. Riders, the hitting type ones, like a stellar kind of Venny white noise to get towards here and soak in. As far as these fairs can happen, just fire up some tabs, pitch like that, get some Hennessy and vodka in your system. Fairs like that, just low key kind of Jim Jones type aspects, good pitches. Some of these type prices feels like a leftover from like Hustlers, POME, and some stuff pitches amongst it. Also like Harlem Diary of Summer. Also like the appeal of Harlem Diary of the Summer as far as these pitch I'm accent type nist, some pop that's for gal pitches like that to see what the moves kind of about it are. Pitches like that, sense that feels just getting towards the mud. Getting towards the fire, definitely pitch like that, just being like a particular zot and pitch like that, sense hit type aspects. Realest Nigga Doing It's a hitting type one, some good nice fairs, like a snarling kind of nightclub turn up to get and marinate. I'd say within these aspects here, probably one of the more vicious type songs off the album in terms of like the full bone kind of frosty. It's like a good street cut type tune within the pitches of like Socialize and Get Crunk pitch like that, just paint the town red, sense type aspects within like the demon time pitch like that, just get gal like a two-step going, sense that pitches amongst it. There's some mugging type music for divas in mind, pitches like that. So with the aspect talking about mean mugging, pitch like that, it's kind of see the scowl and sense that pitch good accent varieties. Just with the aspect, good nice players within pitch like the post up, just standard snarl pitch like that. Not a super ton of songs within these ferocious type varieties within the full bound type pitch, but just a good nice one for like the throwback type vibes. Reminds like Tomorrow by Rocco from like Self Made from 2008, pitch like that. Some step ones, Jim Jones would usually have post up type songs like this. This feels like a pretty anthemic, kind of like Pin the Tail by Jim Jones, but just a little bit more even ferocious than that within some step pitches. Good banging type nest. Just stunt type tune. Come On Baby Girl's a hitting type one with these aspects as well. It's like a good leftover kind of DJ drama kind of 2000s mixtape type. Good leftover kind of DJ drama 2000s kind of mixtape type soul to get pitched like that. Just a Chinatown and kind of car sit type tune pitched like that. Just some lounging. Then these aspects here just kind of get a story going since the pitch with them variety just kind of in between type fair with them pitch like that. Just have like a mocha for said deal since the pitch is good pitch like that. Just kind of miss like big city kind of time waster and stuff here. So there's kind of aspects as far as like the particular varieties have like an orange juice in your system, some stuff here, whether or not it has some drinking. Now within the fair, if you are actually car sitting and having to drive pitch like that, maybe not as much mixed drinks, but just the fair just having like an ice cold kind of orange juice and stuff pitch varieties like that. Since the fair is just good product, just like the aspect of typical kind of cityscape and pitches like that. Good accent varieties just within the DJ drama type sense pitch like that. I love stunting's a hitting type one within these aspects, good banginess here within these aspects as well. It's like a miss, like some in between kind of glare type moments to kind of get this pawn shop type days, I'd say here. Some bills paid, just hit up like mailbox, some of the pairs extra type products within the product, just get some get done's insurance type days or pitch like that. Some of the pairs just grab like some scones for like a diva, some of the pitch amongst it. Grab like some scones or a pastry for a diva pitch like that. Hit up like a bakery, some of the basket and tone, good nice pitch. Just kind of a whiz along as far as these pairs going to go along with that. Standard pickups pitch like that, grab like a DVD, something like that, get like a Rob Schneider type movie, some other type folks, Kevin James aspects like that within some type tones within pitch behind it. This good nice kind of good nice feeling chat kind of curriculum and pitch like that, since the fairs kind of get a hollow going since the pitch amongst it. But yeah, pickup scones pitch like that and pickup scones pitch like that, just drift along since the fairs within the sludge of it. Rumors is nice as well. It's like a grand amidst like the city traffic and unvent kind of within these products here. Just some of those dredge type factors like DMX pitch like that. Get some swishers lit, I definitely say here. Kind of a phone vibe check with like gal or some type folks within these type pitches. Kind of some straightening within the aspect, just kind of being out in the fray. Just kind of getting like some realign kind of out in the fray within the goings on as far as this pitch guy. I'm just kind of in go type mode and pitches like that. So kind of within the day push of a pitch like that, since that Ferris miss like the aspect, just kind of getting to his product, just that particular, just glad to be done pitch like that, since that Ferris get like some great sweets going, since that pitch amongst it is kind of the particular Matrix-y type song pitch like that with some hit type feels. It's not a dull type song, but it's just the pitch it just caught within the particular type variety, like the usual, like the standard dredge and pitch like that hit type feels. True Colors is nice as well with these aspects, like a solid traditional kind of Dipset sound off to kind of get in writing as far as he's supposed to have some write outs, definitely like Jim Jones type varieties with some of those type pitches that he'd have on Harlem Diary Summer, and particular varieties that Jim Jones would have on Harlem Diary of a Summer and Hustlers PLME pitch like that. Some type one's good nice pitches, just low key kind of NY type anthem kind of get here, just very gloss with these pit type, very gloss within some type pitches, and pretty burnt as well from like the smoke type factor. So pitch like that within a variety of possibly not have burnt enough within the varieties of possibly not having to drive, burnt enough within the varieties of possibly not having to drive pitch like that. Not to recommend DUIs pitch like that, but just the fair as far as saying it's getting some Apple kind of buzz type appeal within like a standard kind of Dipset type soldier like Rell as far as these pitch games. So banging typeness within these aspects for us variety kind of happens. Yeah, once again to say not to drive stone, but just the pitch of having some smokes in your system. Since the Ferris amongst the good nice Ferris amongst the product, like one of those type ones. Feels like it was produced by A-Rap Music. Since the Ferris was actually produced by Kashmir Royale as far as those pitch games, but banging typeness, standard type anthem that you get from some type folks. Definitely feels like Jadakiss or Styles P should show up on this song. Some type folks, Fabulous, some type folks with an aspect kind of amongst it. DMX back in those particular heyday type days of it. Good nice pitches here. Standard kind of banging 2010s type mixtape type. Standard kind of mixtape banging type 2010s type grease pitch like this, a hit type feels within those aspects. Trying to think of other type ones I haven't talked about in here. I think the last one I haven't talked about within these pitches is Think of a Problem. Think of a Problem's like a good Alchemist and Mobb Deep kind of like similarities pitch like that to some city weaving kind of get towards here, just local trekking I'd say, just kind of some grease get dones as far as these pros going to happen. Just some good junkyard and backstreets type tune within these pitches amongst the fray, just like local struts and some type pitches picking up like good assortment of like Doritos, some Cool Ranch type ones pitch like that, some type phrase. Have a miss like a good kick rocks and kind of hop and bop as far as those first albums. So just with an aspect that standard kind of distness about it, but just definitely with the product to just more grease fairs like that, but just some get done's kind of getting towards the traffic, possibly some on-foot type. Possibly like some on-foot type hustle pitch like that, just the get done's kind of a more muscle type song, but just more within like a trek type sense. So good nice pitches, just residential type bop pitches like that. I think that more or less takes care of it here within these pitches as far as the variety's going to have. So just within the pitch as far as saying classic type album pitch like that. So 10 out of 10 within these aspects. Social score is going to go ahead and get a 10 out of 10 as well. Now within the pitch, it's unfortunate that none of like particular the rest of Diplomats apart from J.R. Ryder really helped this folk out within these type pitches. I question if like the 2007 or the previous album within these pitches, the 2007 album for the hell of it had more folks on their pitch like that. I'm not going to spoil it at this particular stage, but I'll get to that one later. Possibly that might have had some folks in there, but it's this kind of pitch. A lot of these particular folks, when you think of some of these type of aspects, there were folks. Jim Jones kind of had his collective. Joel Santana kind of had Skull Gang. Freaky Zeke was kind of a part of Jim Jones had folks like Max B, and then he also had like a particular folk that passed on, which I forget his particular name, but it was like in early 2007. And then he had Bird Gang and pitches. Then he had Bird Gang and pitches like that, in addition to like the crew that In addition to like the crew that he was rolling around with like the Dipset Xmas album and Hustlers POME pitch like that. So a good variety of folks that Jim Jones rolled around with. Joel Santana had Skull Gang, Cameron had Votto, and some of these stuff folks. And in addition, Cameron had Votto in addition to some further type pairs within the pitch. It just finding some hit type variety. So pretty pitch within aspects like that as far as the variety can have. So with the excellent type of deals, the aspects as far as saying Cameron's pretty gap centric, good pitches like that as far as the variety can have. So pitch as far as saying here, 10 score. Social score, we get a 10 as well. Now, just with an aspect like us and within these pitches like the buzz type songs, definitely has some city grease on here as far as these aspects going to happen. Definitely some city grease and Fritos type runs, pitch like that amongst some type ordeals. Just get some swisher slits, some traffic gulag on top of that. Just some type varieties kind of get towards the product of it. Some Benny White Noise, some songs for like Swiss Beats type fare, and just some club type bangs similar to Jim Jones around that particular time that feel like offshoots like We Fly High and pitch like that. Just that same sort of hit type feel within those aspects. Just further bang typeness. If you fuck with like the Hustlers POME. If you fuck with like the Hustlers POME type album pitch like that, which you definitely should pitch as far as saying this is some further type byproducts of that as far as those pitch albums, some banging typeness, some Dipset kind of anthems pitches like that, with the leftover type varieties of what that was in 2008, some of these type fairs, flip mode type songs like the pitch. It just got done with makeshift songs type varieties, some pawn shop type days on there, pitch like that, some paint the town red, pick up some shit like Netflix gift cards and scones for gals as far as these pitch album mochas and pitches like that, and plenty of smoke type product to get tore up as hell within the pitches, within the variety not having like that. Then the aspect of avoiding DUIs and pitches like that. So hit type appeals as far as these aspects have, but paying attention towards it here is the product kind of about it. Within the variety as far as saying the closest that this particular album gets in terms of like the commercial type appeal would be songs like Get Ready and Take an Oath as far as these physical albums. Just kind of within the pitch as far as saying it has like some leftover kind of NY type vibes of the shit that T.I. was getting ready to get towards with Paper Trail as far as this pitch can happen. Mild traces of pop rap kind of in there just with a more NY type flavor pitch like that. Some of those type songs when you think of songs like No Matter What and like Live Your Life by T.I. Some of those type pitches like that, but it's kind of fair as far as saying just does it in a big city kind of skyscraper type grease amongst those type of appeals, and also without like the Rihanna and some of those more pop centric type hooks, but some of those more pop centric type hooks within pitch as far as the variety kind of happens. So within the aspects as far as saying some of these hit type appeals within the tone as far as getting towards it. So the aspects as far as getting towards particular fair, some social clap amongst this album pitch like that is playing good type noise, going to get towards within like the city square type bops and pitch like that. Sinister Brides pick up like a hot dog. Sunset pitches some phone kind of vibe check pitch like that, just the what it do's pitch like that. Sinister Fair is just Arendine type fair within project like the fashion, just the outing within the goes of it and pitch like that. Sinister Brides is pitch for saying some excellent type varieties, some club stepping on here within certain type pitches, and a more kind of street soldier type aspects like some buzz songs and pitch like that, along with like some buzz songs within pitch like the makeshift kind of variety within like a pop rap type sense similar to Paper Trail, just in more and white type flavors. So pitch like that amongst these varieties. So Rell within the product of the future as far as these going to have. He does have some further type products here. I'm going to look towards that. Kind of within the pitch as far as saying he at least dropped a couple albums up to 2009, and then his most recent album came out in 2019 as far as he's supposed to have him. He does have like some mixtapes pitch like that, good assortment of these that at least popped up throughout the 2010s and the 2000s as far as his supposed to have. So some banging typeness, has some collaboration, has at least one collaboration album, some collaboration mixtapes pitch like that, hit type appeals within it. This would say I'm going to get to more of this folk down the road within these particular pitches here, but this is definitely like a good buzz bop type classic as far as this fair is going to happen.